Lindsey Graham's challenger in the South Carolina primary is a guy named Lee Bright. We've actually spoken about him on the show before. Right Wing Watch had cataloged some of his crazy comments in the past. Well, he gave a speech recently in the state Senate where he's going to explain the Confederate perspective on the Civil War.
To go back to the original upbringing, we talked about the Civil War. You know, and a Civil War is kind of family against family, and I didn't get corrected probably till I was in my 20s, and somebody said that wasn't a Civil War. I mean, a Civil War is when it's people attacking their neighbors, and this wasn't people attacking their neighbors. This was a war, basically, folks in the North had decided that, kind of like a marriage, you know, the South had decided they wanted to separate, and the North has said, well, you know what, we're not going to separate, and if you don't stay together with us, we're going to kill you. And that's kind of how that worked out, but you know, that side's never told in our history books, because if you Napoleon, one of my favorite quotes, Napoleon said that history is the agreed upon fable.
So the Civil War was the North being an abusive husband, or the North was the husband that came home and found the wife had tied somebody up in the basement and claimed to own them. Okay? So the North, or the husband, forced the wife, the South, to free said basement slave. That would be a more accurate depiction of the Civil War. Okay? The person locked up in the basement. Yes, if the husband finds the wife locking somebody up in the basement, and keeping them as their slave, it's the right thing to do for the husband to say to the wife, free that person! What is wrong with you? Is there something, is your brain not working? I don't understand this. But see, that's the thing, and the reason why I wanted to discuss this is I think Lee Bright is highlighting something that we talk about all the time on the show, and it's something that I'm fascinated by. It's what I call my social. You like how I just made up a word only on Secular Talk? My cultural chains theory that, we've discussed similar things. I remember back when I was in college in the sociology class, we'd bring this up a lot. But it's the cultural chains theory, which to me means that you're born and raised in a certain place, okay, during a certain time period. People in that area are predominantly one religion or another religion, okay? They act a certain way. They all have a similar dialect. They all come from the same background, same kind of foods that you eat on a regular basis, so on and so forth, okay? And when you're from, when you are from a particular place with a certain culture in time, with a certain religion and all that stuff like we all are, you can go one of two ways. Either you become somebody who doesn't think, okay, and you just casually accept that everything about your culture is exactly right because, hey, look, my mom and dad, they love me, they're good people, I know they're good people, they mean well, never did nothing wrong to me, my family, everybody in my family, they mean well, my friends, the school I went to, I got a lot of fond memories, and hey, everybody here seems pretty good. Therefore, they must have the right beliefs when it's more existential questions, when it's more political questions and economic questions. And those people, I think, are caught in the cultural chains. They can't break free from the cultural chains because they're not serious thinkers. They're not willing to be objective. The other path that you can go is the one that's more honest and provides more self-evaluation, where you stop and you say, whoa, you realize the vastness of the universe and the vastness of time. And you say to yourself, wait a second, okay. So me, for example, I'm a guy, I was born in 1988. I'm 26 years old, born in Westchester County, New York, from an upper middle class family, okay? I've had a certain experience, most people, multicultural environment, et cetera, right? And, I could naively say, well, my mother is Catholic, therefore that has to be right. I was raised Catholic, therefore that has to be right. Okay, this is the sport that we played, so it has to be the best sport. I could do that, or I could stop and say, oh my God, 1988 is 1 year. Okay, that's when I was born. The planet has been around for 4.54 billion years. Okay, there's been thousands of religions throughout time, thousands of different cultures, millions, if not billions, of different belief systems that have been adopted and acted on by people, okay? Am I naive enough to really believe that where I come from, we have everything right? Or should I be more objective and think about it and use reason and rationality and logic and try to work my way through these problems and actually, be somewhat philosophical in my approach to the world and try to come to the right conclusions as opposed to just accepting them by default? And Lee Bright is the guy who just, I don't know, I'm from the South, so therefore the Confederates are awesome. The Civil War was the war of northern aggression. We were the ones who were just saying, hey, look, we just want to get out of this marriage and just let us be alone. We didn't do anything wrong. All we want to do is keep our slaves. What? Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Yes, Lee, there is a problem. There is a problem because you're just casually accepting that your team was right about everything, and that's stupid. And you're showing yourself to not be a thinker, you're showing yourself to not be objective, and you're also showing yourself to, on the issue of rights, you believe, unfortunately, a lot of these hardcore right-wingers believe that it's your right to keep other people down. Okay? Hey, it was like that for so long, so now I know I have a right to subjugate women to second-class citizenship and tell them they only belong in the kitchen. It's my right to tell black people, know your fucking place. It's my right to tell gay people you shouldn't be allowed to get married. So your idea of having rights is to keep other people's rights down. So that's just yet another area where apparently you're incredibly irrational.